Shows that make you laugh. Shows that make you think. Music that moves you. It could only be one place. Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Love the music, Kurt. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy New Year. Welcome to another great edition of Kobylt and Friends. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm glad that you're here, and we have a really terrific show, hopefully motivating for the beginning of the year. And we played Rocky, Kurt, thank you for that, because I am doing something that is so out of my comfort zone that I can't even believe it. I have decided to walk the LA Marathon. Now, whether I get all the way to 26.2 miles, I'm not sure. I just started training, and here's my shirt, my official shirt, because I'm training with the Los Angeles Roadrunners. And today in studio, I have with me a very motivating team. Cathie Enriquez. Cathie, thank you for being here. She is my LA Roadrunners pace leader. What does this mean? I'm a walker. I can't really run, so there's different walking groups. And I am in walking group 3. I guess it's like the loser group, the slow group. Is that what it is? Because I'm always way behind, right?
Well, we get it done.
But we get it done, and I'm so proud of myself. And we have a trainer. Thank you for bringing him in. You're pretty esteemed. Anastasios, help me out.
Nestoras.
Thank you so much. You are a former athlete and Olympic coach. You went to the University of Athens. You've worked with world champions, NBA champions, NCAA champions. And we were speaking on the phone yesterday about what is it like to do the marathon. Now, Cathie, you've done it how many times?
It's going to be my 5th time.
You ran it or you walked it?
Walked.
You walked it because
Right.
I'll tell you how I got into this, everybody. So I'm hoping to motivate people. It's sort of what I'm trying to do with our show this week, because we start a new year, right? And everybody's going and signing up for gym memberships, and that is great. But you've got to keep it in your head how you're going to sustain this sort of thing. So, I don't know, about a month or two ago, I was walking in my neighborhood, and I saw people getting cups of Gatorade along the, or water along the side of the road. And I stopped, and I was thirsty. And I said, what is this? And he said, well, these people are training for the marathon, the LA Marathon. I was like, oh. And then he said, why don't you do it? I think it was Rusty, right? And I said, me? No. And he goes, I said, I don't run, I walk. He goes, we have a walkers group. And he gave me his number, and I thought, oh, what the heck? So I called him, and I was a little late to doing this, right? Most of you guys started in August, and I started in, I think, late November.
Right.
But I thought, why not? And my goal is to try and finish it, and if I keep up with the training, I'm convinced I can do this. And I say it that way because I'm a little nervous and hesitant. I haven't even told many people. But I feel now that I can do it.
You will do it.
With you as an inspiration, and now with my trainer here to progress my report. I want to talk about this almost every week and progress myself so I can motivate other people to do something, if not this, and something similar, that they have a goal and they want to get there. So that's what this show is about. And then afterwards, we also have something very inspiring. I like to give back. There are these 2 beautiful women. They are part of the African Millennium Foundation. Germaine, Zimet.
That's good.
And her beautiful... I got it.
You got it.
I got it. And your beautiful daughter, Kennedy Zimet. So thank you for being here. And you will be later on in our show as part of our motivational piece. However, you're on camera and you're on mic, so anything you want to do to chime in, go right ahead and do it. So, okay, so let's talk about the training. Now, we just train with the LA Roadrunners once a week on a Saturday morning. Thank you, very early. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's 1 a.m, Saturday morning, and I'm thinking, I have to be up in 4 hours because I'm so nervous, anticipating the training I have to do. I can't go to sleep. But I always wake up at 5:30, ready to go, and we do it. So how do you're our leader. How do you get yourself motivated to get me motivated and all the other people?
Well, I'm motivated because I love to do it. I love endurance training. I love everything about it. I love being able to see people that go from the couch to doing a marathon, because that's what happened to me. I went from the couch. I didn't do a 5K or 10K. I went straight from the couch to doing a marathon.
I know.
And I finished. And so it motivated. And I
The LA Marathon?
Yeah, LA Marathon.
So how do you do that? Okay, I didn't go from the couch. I'm a walker. I love to walk. But even that seems daunting now to be a walker. And then suddenly, to do 26.2, how do you go from the couch? Were you a big lady or something? You were just sitting on the couch doing nothing?
No, I was very sick. I had shingles, and I was lying in bed thinking, oh my God, when I get up from this, I'm going to do a marathon. And I did a marathon with the help of the LA Roadrunners. You will finish with the LA Roadrunners.
Yeah, I believe you, because I felt it let me see, was it not last week, the week before, we trained the hills by Dodger Stadium, because it's a little hilly there, not mountainous, but hilly enough. And I finished that, and I thought, I can do this. And you even said yourself, as a leader, halfway through, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have to finish, 12 miles?
Right.
Even for somebody like you, it can be a challenge.
Right. I wasn't feeling well. I had the flu the two nights before, and I had to get up and lead the group. And we finished. We did it. I was really very tired after that, but it's okay. We did it.
Yeah, we did it with
yes.
your leadership. I will tell you, I don't think I can do it without the support of the LA Roadrunners,
Right.
because I would just say, I'll finish at 8. Nobody will know the difference if I did 8 miles or 12. But
Right.
I can't do that with other people there, because I can do this, and they're motivating me to do it.
Right. It takes a village. It takes a village. I mean, for me, I'm leading the group, and I'm inspired by all of you that are behind me, because I know that I can't falter. I can't say, oh, I don't feel good, I don't want to do this. I have to keep the pace with my watch, my Garmin watch, and make sure that you guys are all safe and you all finish.
And people do it for different reasons. And I think I told you over the phone, we've had a good amount of death in our my family, parents and relatives that have been passing away over the past year or two and more. And it's been difficult for me, because I've been a caretaker, and I've just been on the go. And once I finally had a moment to stop this year and think about the grieving, it was so painful and difficult. I thought, how am I going to get through this and still be a mom to 3 kids and a wife? And I thought, I'm going to challenge myself and find something. And lo and behold, there's Rudy handing me some water on the street side. And I thought, I'm going to do it, because, we all have a reason that wants to do something like this.
Right.
You had shingles, you weren't feeling well. I was feeling down in the dumps and in the, a little blue.
Right.
So wherever you are, find something and challenge yourself, whatever that is. It can be small, but try and do that. Anyway, so you are the man who can challenge us physically, mentally. For me, it's mental. And the third was the kind of food and nutrition that you put in your body, right?
Correct.
So you're working with me here. What would you do with me? Probably very little, but what would...
Focus on the rewards versus the,
Like when you're just exhausted and you're going that extra mile and you're thinking, how am I going to get through it? You focus on but then what if your mind is playing more tricks and saying, I don't care about the reward, I want to finish now. How do you get through, really get through?
A part of the training is the mental training as well, and you can do that in advance, and that's what we have been doing with Cathie as well. So you create your own rehearsal. When your mind wanders in different areas, you try to focus. And some of the areas that you can focus and help you is your breathing.
We talked about that. Can you show me? And everybody can chime in. I mean, this is good for everybody. If you folks over there want to do it, let's do I need that kind of focus, because I will go off focus very, very easily, and somebody needs to come back. The breathing. What does that entail?
Let's assume that we're here and we want to focus on our breathing. Instead of focusing on the lights or the cameras and everything else is around, if we can focus on our breath by physically saying the word breathe in and then go, and then breathe out, we can narrow our mind into that area, so we won't be able to think the other thoughts. And you can do that by numbering the breaths. Breathe in 1, breathe in 2, breathe in 3.
In with the nose and out
Correct,
the mouth?
out with the mouth. And then quite a few different techniques. And there are some interesting techniques that eventually, when you see on my latest book, you can have some visuals on the area of a staircase and imagine that you have 10 different steps, breathe in and breathe out, so you can focus your attention on your rewards and the good things. And if you were to notice, the goal is to reach the gates of heaven instead of going downward to the gates of hell.
So the gates of hell is to not finish the marathon?
And have
Shit, I thought, like, so that means if I don't finish the marathon, I'm going to hell? Is this what it means? So now I have to finish the marathon. I'm not going to hell, you guys. I need to finish the marathon.
or in the past case scenarios that like Cathie's beautiful mother that had some diabetes, some amputations and things like that.
My grandmother had
can
that.
be the
And my
wrong
dad.
way. So you want to finish on a beautiful health, enjoy with your children, playing, traveling, and all the stuff, and you want to focus on your breath. That's where you hold on. It's almost like crutches if you get out of your mind and go into the wrong place.
Okay, so what else? Because you were giving me some. First of all, the name of your book, so people can look that up. What is that? It's called The Gold Medal Mindset. Obviously, you called it that because you've worked with Olympic gold medalists.
Correct.
What's the difference? Obviously, they're born with something genetically that can get them there, but then there's a whole lot more that goes into it. The training, the mental ability to do this.
Correct.
The mental toughness. And I have this little inner child that would love to, that sometimes wants to challenge my toughness. And I know I'm tough, but a lot of times I'll go, nah, just stop. But then I keep going. So how do you do it?
You have to set a goal, and you have to be vested on the goal. Like some of the young men that won the gold medals on the Olympics, they wanted to be on the podium and they saw that and it was going to change their life. And then you create a plan and you check it down into small steps. Some of them start training when they were 8 years old, some a little bit older. And some of the people that I trained won world championships in high jump. I did the marathon myself. Regular.
The LA Marathon?
I did the original marathon from the city of Marathon to Athens downtown. I'm from Greece.
Oh, don't you? I know with your name. I said, well, he's got to be from Greece. And then I saw, oh, he went to the University of Athens. I was right. So, okay, you know what my goal is? I'm going to tell you. Other than the whole place just cheering, I want to get through this one, and then I really want to do the New York Marathon because I'm from New York, and it would be
Wonderful.
so amazing. Well, not from New York. I'm actually from New Jersey, but I used to see. All right, girl.
Yeah.
So, and I used to watch the New York Marathon all the time. And actually, at one point, I was living in New York City, and I was watching everybody and thinking, "Wow, people like do that." So I thought, yeah, now I'm going to be somebody who like does that. So I'm getting through this one, and then we're all going to go to New York. That's what we're doing, Cathie.
Yep, we are.
I know a couple of girls in the group would love to do New York. Correct?
I want to go.
Good.
Yes.
That's the goal.
There we go.
There we go. We're just
Yeah.
going to see the Empire State Building as we're, coming up.
I've never been to New York.
Oh
so
my
it'll be
gosh!
great.
I'll be your guide.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's my goal. I see the Empire State Building as I'm headed towards Santa Monica. So a goal. That's number one. Staying mentally focused. Other than breathing, what else can we do? Let's say you're hurting and you're thinking, I can't do it. What do?
You create a plan and you want to have all the areas of the plan working. And the plan, it's imagine that you want to build a house. You find the right piece of land, you create the foundations, the frame, the roof, and all that. Same thing with the marathon run. You want to have your diet in order.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Just keep talking.
Sure.
I interrupt people all the time. I told you I'm Italian, so keep going.
And besides your diet, you want to have your supplements, your physical training, the strength training, so your muscles are strong enough so your knees, your ankles, your hips don't bother you. Then the mental training. So you want to address all of them, and you want to address each one of them individually, and that will be a good idea in the near future if we can devote enough time to each one of those areas, and I'll be happy to assist
Yeah, I
you into
really
that.
do want to chart my progress with you, even if we talk about it for 5 minutes every week here, so that people can maybe, chart it with me, and maybe I can motivate even one person. That's good enough for me, because then they'll motivate somebody on top of that. Don't you feel? Girls, do you want to do this with me?
I'm busy.
Huh? You're busy. You could probably do it tomorrow. You look like you're in incredible shape, but that doesn't really necessarily matter either, right? You've got to really train for it.
Correct.
You can be thin and young and gorgeous like Kennedy, but still you got to train.
Correct.
Yeah.
Next year.
What do you think? Mom's looking at you like, whoa, whoa.
Mom can do
Is
it. Mom can
Is
do
it too late for me to start?
Well,
Oh my gosh, I love this. Could she possibly start?
Are you ready to walk 13 miles?
Are you a
Yeah, I
walker?
guess.
Oh my-
Yes, definitely
We
a
like
walk.
walking.
Yes.
And we're from New York, so,
Yeah. 13 miles we're doing on Saturday.
You know what? For sure. Let's talk to her at the end. I mean, at the end
Sure,
of the show.
I'll,
I mean,
I'll have to see.
Oh, see, there's my one person I motivated, and I didn't even do the thing yet.
Good job.
Wonderful.
We're seriously going to talk. I mean, I don't
Sure,
know if
I'll-
it's too late. I'm not sure.
No,
But if it's
sure.
not and you think you can do it, look, I am the last one in Walker 3, and you know I am. And I don't even look like I'd be the last one. I'm trying to keep up. But if, I'm not that bad. I'm doing like a 15-minute.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing it like a 15-minute, 20-second mile, right? Because of you. Otherwise, it'd be like 17. But if you can do something like that, why not?
Hey, I love the challenge.
Yes, you can do it.
That's what happened to me. I just like the challenge, and then you just pass it on to the next person. I like this. Okay, getting back to the nutrition. So you brought a drink for me that I drank half of it before when we were setting up. But this is the kind of thing that's important to incorporate into.
Very much so.
Right.
I mean, I've been cheating a little bit. I mean, can I eat pasta and all that kind of good stuff, or do I have to be like really good?
You have to see nutrition as fuel. If you put the wrong fuel on your car, let's say your car runs in Supreme or Super, and you put diesel, you might go for a little while, but not too far long. So you want to see it as an important tool. And besides your running, it will help your mental focus. If you have the right nutrition, you will be mentally up. Your good hormones are going to be up, and you're going to feel good, and you're going to perform a lot better.
I'm usually pretty good. Like this morning, I woke up and I had an egg and spinach omelet because I love eggs and I love spinach. So that's pretty good.
Very good.
I actually have one of those little Cliff Gels, and we should show those because you give those out as we're training.
Right.
Not you, but there's little stations, right, that are set up in case you start doing this with us, and they have water. And they have little, here, can you hold that thing up? The little,
There we go.
yeah. And then it gives you instant energy, right? I mean, that's sort of more for when you're walking and running, right? You don't really want to do that all day beforehand.
It is a good idea to prepare throughout the 6 months before your marathon and load your body with the good nutrients, minerals, and amino acids, and especially the last week, because you can easily deplete all of your electrolytes and minerals in less than 2 hours, but it takes your body a week to replenish them.
Okay.
So you better plan and slowly load up your body with the right carbs.
To make sure that doesn't happen, to deplete electrolytes, I told one of you on the phone I had severe dehydration last year when I was in St. Lucia hiking with my family, like the kind where you go into convulsions. And I was drinking the whole time. I don't know how that happened, but I did. So what do you do to avoid that, especially if it's hot and you're doing the marathon?
Salt.
So what are you saying?
I put salt under my tongue.
Do you carry it with you in your little pack?
Little packets. And the marathon it's really warm during the marathon. And by mile 3, I was already putting salt under my tongue. It was dissolving, and it really, really helped.
I
we're
wish I
talking about natural salt,
Yeah.
Himalayan salt, not the table salt.
Yes.
The salt that has the 92 minerals that is beneficial for your body, that will help you like your battery. To
Okay,
keep
I didn't know that. So
voltage.
you just put your finger in it and
Yeah.
put it under your...
I make little packets, and I just pour it under my tongue, and then I drink water.
The Himalayan salt. Have you guys ever heard of this?
I use Himalayan pink salt.
The pink one.
I have never heard of this.
Yes,
Where
the
have I
pink,
been?
it's pink.
Costco.
It's pink, girly.
It's really good.
Pink girly salt. The pink girly salt. Really, if you're at Costco next time, would you pick some up? And I swear to God, I'll pay you for it because I don't
Yeah.
know what to do with this.
Right.
Yeah, as well as minerals, you have to have minerals throughout a week before that and
What
on
minerals?
your drink.
What minerals?
It's a combination of minerals. You want quite a few minerals. It's a multi-mineral formula in liquid form.
And the drink that I just gave you.
Okay, this is very good. So what did
there's
you put in this?
liquid minerals. There's protein powder. There's bananas. There's ginger. You could taste the ginger.
I could tell. I almost whoa.
Apples, tangerine, greens. So it's really. I have that every morning when I wake up.
The ginger's important, isn't it? What does ginger do? Because when I went into my convulsions, we had a guide with us, and he said, "Get the ginger." So I had ginger ale. I had ginger. What does that do, the ginger?
Ginger is very helpful because it's a natural way to help your body wake up and the rest of your organs secrete everything that you need. So it kind of wakes your body and you go on overdrive. But what is even more important, especially for marathon runners, it will be the magnesium and the potassium.
Banana.
Yeah. Everything else like banana is good, but for marathon runners, you better take it on liquid form on a concentrate. You need a lot more. So you cannot have like 10 bananas, but you can drink them.
So I should be doing this, or if you're going to do it, we should be doing this starting now and build up to it. I have not been doing any of that.
I do it every
Correct.
day.
Okay. Is there like a little checklist on the website that says this is what you need to be doing every day, or did I just not see it and ignore
No,
it?
I'm doing this because of my wonderful coach here. He's the one that turned me on to this. And I have to tell you that when I hit the wall, probably at mile 13, I had to text him because I was falling apart, putting salt under my tongue. It was very hot. And I'm just telling him, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. And he's like, just focus on your breathing, focus on, put one foot in front of the other, be grateful that you can walk. Remember your mother who could not walk. And all these things together, the nutrition, the salt, the Epsom salt baths that I take after every training that we do on Saturdays, all this stuff really, really works. It helps. I can't finish a marathon without it. Other people can, but I know me personally, I can't.
So starting today, the must-dos are a protein drink like this. What protein powder do you put in? Just your random, any kind of protein powder? Or?
No, I use, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the protein powder right now. I'll send it to you later.
This is actually really good.
One of the best ones
a recipe.
One of the best ones is called Food, P-H-O-O-D.
What is that?
The name of the protein, P-H-O-O-D, Food. And there is a good one that you can get from Costco. And I can find a picture for you and show you how it looks like. The protein from Costco that is very convenient and it's gluten-free. You want to avoid a lot of gluten.
The gluten, I
yes,
agree.
Because this is the food. This is how it looks like, the food protein. This is like the Rolls Royce of the proteins.
I don't think we have it up there, but I can see
that
it. It's
is
called
easily
P-H-O-O-D, everybody.
Yes, any
for
health
anybody
food
who's
store.
like honestly watching this and kind of wants to do this.
We're
as
taking
well.
notes, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What's our timing, by the way? Because I want to make sure. 30, okay. Our timing's a little off today, so I'm just, I got to ask my guy here how much time we have. So, the food protein.
It will make a big deal of difference on your nutrients because that protein already has a lot of amino acids, a lot of minerals, and a lot of beneficial things to keep your energy going instead of getting the highs and
Another
the lows.
one that I use is you can get at Costco is called Vega protein. Mm-hmm. That's the one that I like.
All right, so the protein drinks, the Himalayan salt that's pink that I never even heard of, and you just put it. Do you start doing that now and just stick it under your tongue? Because
right, you do.
Okay. What else?
There are some minerals, liquid minerals that we were talking.
Yeah. What are the minerals that we should be taking? Liquid minerals.
The main thing for the runners is the calcium, it's the potassium, it's the magnesium, but a multi-mineral that has at least a couple of dozens of minerals from iron and everything else, like that formula that I show you here. That will be appropriate. That will be helpful.
I can't see later. I'll have to take a look at that later.
Sure.
But you can
and
send
I
me
put that in my drink.
You put that in your drink
in the protein drink. I put like 40 drops
every day, or
every single day.
And
I'm so behind on this stuff. I'm telling
too.
you.
I'm kind of halfway there. I do magnesium, potassium concentrate in my
Wonderful.
smoothies, so
Yeah,
Wonderful.
sign me up.
right.
So what's the name?
What is the name
There
of
are
it?
there are quite a few different companies.
And it's a liquid drop.
Yeah,
Does it
yes.
taste like anything? Can you put it in
No,
your
it doesn't-
Coke?
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm just. I know you're not supposed to do Coke. I don't like Coke. I'm just.
Concentrate minerals.
Right, and you can get it like at GNC, the vitamin
Constant-
shop,
Yeah, or you can find it from the web.
or go to Amazon.
Yeah, that's
But all
very
these things
convenient.
are really important because there are times if I run out, I don't have it. I can tell my energy level's way down. This doesn't fill you up. You're not going to walk away like, oh my God, I just ate a meal, I feel full. But your energy level is spiked from this. It's
Imagine
amazing.
the important chemicals on the battery of your car. They have to be there for the battery to produce the electricity and the energy so your car can operate. So that's very important cofactor.
What else? So what do you recommend eating? What should you eat for your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? You've got a bunch of nuts there. You know, I really, really like nuts, so spread them out because I think it'd be fun for you to show us. What should we be eating? Nuts are great, almonds, right?
The good fats are very important. Walnuts are some of the best ones.
Really?
Yes, almonds are very good ones, but avocados as well is very, very important. Eggs, regular eggs are very, very good
And
as
everybody
well.
does egg whites. I just like the eggs. I don't,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you need them both.
Yes, you do need them both. The good fats are very, very important. Cholesterol is very important in your diet, especially when you're training. Otherwise, you're going to mess up your hormonal balance.
What about the exercise to train for it? I do notice that while we're walking, I'm getting some pain in my joints. Now, my legs are really strong. I could pretty much handle anything, but I'm getting a little bit of joint pain. So what do you do for that? I know
This
the
is-
stretching
yes.
that you've been showing me. I don't do enough of that either.
Stretching is very important, but you want to strengthen the adjoining muscles, the quadriceps, the top of your legs, the hamstrings, the back of your legs, the calves, and everything else, so they can support your joint so you don't get the workload on your joint.
So what do you do with that? You stretch it? Other than walking during the week, what else should you be doing?
Regular exercise with weight, strength training, leg extensions, leg curls, in and out legs, calf raises, some chest, some back. You want to stimulate your muscles. You want to be strong enough because it's not only the muscles that you strengthen, it's your heart, your lungs, it's your blood circulation as well.
Do you know what burpees are?
Ooh,
What's
those
a
are. My legs are killing me right now just thinking
Whoa,
about
what's
them.
a burpee? Is that like a squat?
He has me doing like 10
Oh my
burpees.
goodness.
He has me doing 10 burpees.
What's a burpee?
I have no idea.
Come on, enlighten us. What's a burpee? You're laughing. It's like, whoa.
It's a combination. You step and you lunge like you do on lunge. You half squat, and then you go and you do kind of a push-up.
You squat and push up at the same time?
And then you jump up.
Seems unreasonable.
And then you
Yes.
jump up.
Very hard.
But then when you go up hills on the marathon, it's going to be a lot easier. And
Right.
you're not going to have any pain and suffering after.
So squat and what do you need to do a push-up
Push-up.
for the marathon anyway?
It really helps.
Your,
Those hills.
your heart and your lungs are very important.
I need you to come to my house and you have to show me what I have to do. I have a little bit of I have some equipment in my house.
Sure,
Do you
we'll
do that? I mean, you travel and you would help
I
train
do
me
that.
a little bit.
I do
yeah.
that, and I have a couple of places, one in Culver City and one in Marina del Rey, which is fully equipped.
Okay.
And you're welcome to come and
And it's
play with us.
Is that so? You have a gym that you work out of? Is this your place or what do you have?
I used to own World Gym. I used to run franchises like that. I have a private gym as well. I have 2 locations where I have private clients that I custom
Oh,
work with
really?
them, yes.
Okay.
He's amazing. I'm doing lunges with 10-pound
And do you
weights.
go
on
there
each-
to his place there?
Sometimes I go to him. Sometimes he comes to me. But it's like he has me holding 10-pound weights on each hand, and I'm doing lunges. And I'm telling you, I don't have any knee problems at all.
And how about the balancing
Oh,
with
the
one
balance.
dumbbell on one hand and one
Right.
leg and then bending
Right.
over and squatting? So when you run, if someone bumps you, you never fall over. You want to be able to maintain your balance and not get hurt on one leg off
Yeah,
balance.
right.
So it's a good idea to prepare yourself and do a
These
few
are
of
the
them.
things
And then
I just didn't know. I keep walking during the week, and I'm like, I'll do like 10 squats or something, and I do the worst squats. But this is great to know
Yes.
because I am going to have you
Yes.
come and help me with a little bit.
I'll
of
be
that
happy
stuff.
to.
Would
And
you?
cross training as well is very important. You mentioned about the problem with your knees. Sometimes give a break on your running and go on the bike or on the elliptical so you don't have the impact.
How about the stair climber?
Yes, so you do not have the impact of your legs, so you give a break to your joints once in a while.
Okay.
Another important factor is the equipment that you're going to need for the marathon. And
What
I
does that mean?
happen to
Your
bring
shoes?
Your shoes, very
I
important.
know. The first time I did this, she said, "Would you get yourself some real equipment? Like, in other words, like the top, the proper top and the proper. I mean, my leggings are fine, right for now.
They're going to be
And
hot though.
I'm not going to wear those. No,
Yeah.
no. I do have running shorts. So the Adidas running shorts. Are they
Right.
good enough, or
Yeah.
do we get them from Road Runners?
No,
I mean,
no, that's fine.
By
That's
the way,
fine.
who sponsors us at the LA Road
Skechers.
Runners? So shouldn't I get like a pair of sneakers and shorts and all kinds of stuff from those people?
It's up to you.
Hey.
But
Yeah.
if you want, they have really cute clothes, so you might want to go with Skechers. But you need a fuel belt. You need to carry this belt with water, with your goos, with everything on there. You need to carry it at all
It just
times.
doesn't seem like enough. I
Well,
have to
there's-
tell
But
you.
there's water stations, so you can fill them up.
Oh, I see. People fill them up. Okay.
Right. Also, every woman, every guy needs Glide because you chafe. You're chafing, so you need to put it. Women, you put it. You glide. This is like a little gel that you put around your bra area because we're gonna be out there a long time. You chafe. Guys need to put it around their nipples because they chafe around there.
Oh, God.
So, so you need that, and also you need a cooling towel.
These are mandatory.
They're not mandatory, but they're
No,
strongly
to survive. If there's somebody like me, I do not do well in the heat. This concerns me. So far, we've
too.
been training. It's been freezing out every
Oh,
morning.
these are so cool. We have them.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Right. So these cooling towels are amazing. You wet them and then you rinse them out and you kind of to activate it. You just kind of
I'm going to put one on my head and I'm going to have one around my
Right.
neck. I'm going to
and
load up.
And they're amazing because it's very hot. Hopefully this year it'll be cooler, but every year it's like 80, 90 degrees.
what if you have a difficult time in the hot weather? And as soon as we're going to sort of, finish up in a second, because I want to get to these beautiful women over here.
Before that, beautiful ladies like you have to have special sports bras.
Right.
Okay, you can't go with any regular bras because
I can't
you're
wear
gonna
my
be
Victoria's Secret special that day.
It looks good,
Darn.
but
Not with this thing on. You could see everything. I wore my sports bra for this, but it'd be too difficult to wear that cute little bra, lacy bra under this. It'd be absurd.
Right.
so you have to think in advance and plans. Otherwise, you're going to be sorry.
Also, another
20 minutes.
another vendor another person that's sponsoring us is Muscle Milk.
Okay, I love that stuff. Especially they have one that's like 100 calories, but does it have a lot of stuff in it? I mean, if you look at the ingredients.
I'm sure it does, but I'll tell you, when I'm done training, most people are really hungry. I'm not hungry at all.
am.
I'm never hungry. So I have to drink like a protein. This is a good protein source, and they're giving this out to us every Saturday when we're training.
Please. I am loading up in my pockets, running to the car, and putting like 4 of them in there. They are really, really good.
Right.
I like them. And I appreciate that they sponsor us because it gives us an opportunity to taste this stuff, see if we like it. Can you bring a little teeny backpack, the little string kind for the marathon?
You don't want to carry something for 26 miles.
Well, then I'll throw it.
You can throw it away.
I'm
People
just
do
going to
that.
feel like I might need stuff, like a couple little things.
That's why you need a
Okay.
fuel
The belt.
Yeah, that's why you need the
Something.
belt.
What's going to fit in this thing for
Your phone,
27 miles?
Your phone, very important. You got to have your phone. You can put food in there. You can put money in there.
Food
What
in
else?
this little
What
thing.
else do you need?
Oh, well, that's why a little
More,
backpack.
more water.
Oh,
Well, she said you could fill it up
You're
at the
getting
stations.
there's water stations.
Yes, but
Every mile there's water stations.
by the time you get to
no,
that now,
you'll
She
be
said
fine.
there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of water
Really?
It's the
stations.
food
The
that
less
worries
weight
me.
you have, the better and the farther you
Right.
run.
I'm going to
You
keep
don't
up
wanna
with
be
you
heavy.
people. I'm telling you, I may be last in Walker 3 right now, but I'm going to make it. I'm going
You're
to
not
do this.
last.
I'm not.
No, there are other people
Like
much-
second or third to last.
yeah.
She's trying to make me feel good. But you know what? I look at it this way. I just started. So, I have a little bit of an excuse. I feel like, I'm doing all right.
Right.
So,
Very good.
with you at the helm.
Right. And I just
So.
want to say that the LA Roadrunners has 20 different groups. They have
20?
Yeah, they have 10 running groups. They have 7 run-walk groups, and they have 3 walk groups. We're the slowest ones in the bunch. And so they're an amazing organization.
They're
and
incredible.
They just really support people. I mean, it's really difficult to train by yourself. You need people to talk to encourage you, because when you're out there 5 hours, 6 hours, you're like, you want to die. You need
Look,
somebody to talk to.
I showed up the first time. I was nearly in a panic. I didn't have a shirt. I didn't have anything that, I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I looked at her. I said, am I supposed to even be here? Where do I go? It was very intimidating. I almost left. A little part of me just said, just go. Nobody will notice. But I didn't. And it was because of somebody like you and a couple of ladies that I walked with, and then Rudy and Rusty and everybody else. They just sort of looked out for you. So I appreciated the community. They're a great group of people. So you should try and do it with us. If you can, if it's not too late, if you think you can do it, why not?
Right. If people that are listening
I'll try.
want to try it next year, go to LAMarathon.com.
Yeah, LAMarathon.com.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So now, saying that you want to maybe do the marathon or maybe not, this is a good segue into you ladies, because I had you on some time ago. I met you last year, Germaine and Kennedy, at the Grammy Suite. And you really, I don't know, I went over to see what you were doing over there, and you were there to talk about an organization that you're deeply involved with, the African Millennium Foundation. And since then, a whole lot has happened. You put your heart into this. You work so hard into this. I'm so impressed with the two of you, your mother
you.
and daughter. Thank you. And you also have a business. Tell us a little bit about your business that you're sort of part-time into, right?
yes, I have a baking business. It's called ArtfulBites.
Artful.
Yes.
But last time you brought us a bunch of food. It was
Yes,
so
I know.
good. And I was like, oh, shit, like cookies and all kinds of good stuff.
So basically, everything is in small bites, and not overly sweet. But some of the proceeds, we give 10% of the proceeds to AMF. It's African Millennium Foundations, to help generating funds for various projects.
Now, let me just say, the reason why I thought of having you on with the LA Road Runners is because I want to do something inspiring. And this year for me, I have a goal, and it's to try and finish the marathon, and also I want to inspire people to give to something that they believe in. And I think you two ladies are a great example of people from their heart. You're just giving. And I want to try to inspire other people to go out and do the same.
Right. That's actually perfect because I actually just put out a video yesterday talking about how it's the holidays. And as you said, I think in your last show, you know, we all love to go to the mall and give and buy presents. I'm so bad when it comes to buying presents. I love spending money on the people I love. But at the same time, we kind of have to keep things in perspective. And it's great to also give back in any way that you can.
You know, it's nice to live in a society where we can contribute financially and people are, you know, have their money and their wealth. But there's something about it that can also be a little bit draining. We're fortunate enough to either spend it or not spend it, right? And this year I thought it would be nice to try and pull it back, spend a little bit. And just give of your time and what you have in your heart. So,
and that's extremely important as well.
It really is, because I think so many people look to see what they can buy. And but you're doing both, really, Kennedy. Come on. I mean, look at you. You're a musician. Let's talk a little bit about you, first of all, and what you're doing. Do we have any video on her or any pictures of her doing what she does? There you are. No, wait. Do we have any?
That was in Mozambique.
That's in Mozambique. But you're a musician as well, so tell me a little bit about that.
So I'm an actor, singer-songwriter, and a television host. And so...
Wait, where do you host?
So at the moment I kind of freelance, so I've kind of been all over the place.
Kind of like all over the place.
Exactly.
Do you do on the red carpet stuff? Because you'd be great.
Yes, I do a lot of red carpet.
You did the Grammy suite. You got to get on the red carpet. You
I do a lot of red carpet.
Yeah, okay, for who? Who have you been doing?
I've done things for so many different outlets. I worked for a while. There's a show on Fox. I'm not affiliated with their political views. Not Fox News, though. There's a show on Fox called Teen Kids News, and that's kind of how I got my start for a while. And that films in New York. And then when I moved out here, I kind of became their West Coast correspondent. And so they would send me to, you know, different events, and I would cover stories for them, and that's kind of how I got my start. And then acting became a really big thing for me. I did a film last year that showed at the Cannes Film Festival, which was amazing, and that was about human sex trafficking. And then now I'm working on music, and I'm working with a great producer named Don Preach, and we're getting ready to release a song. I'm not going to say too much about it.
But what's the genre?
The genre, so it's... I like to say that I transcend genres, but it's pop, but there's a little hip-hop influence in it, there's a little rock influence, and the song that I'm working on right now is very timely. It's about something that's, you know, a huge issue right now, especially in America. And
which is? There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I don't want to give away too much. I want it to be
come on, give me a little bit. You got to give me something.
Basically, the thing that kind of inspired us to do this song is the race issues in this country right now. And I actually recorded the song a couple of years ago, and then I didn't feel ready to release it, which I'm happy about. And then a few months ago, within the span of a couple of days, there were a few killings of, you know, innocent black men, Philando Castile and Alton Sterling. And so I called my producer, and I was upset, and I was, you know, we were crying and talking about what had been going on. And we were like, well, this would be a great time to kind of start working on this song again. And so we put a whole new spin on it. We completely just reworked it, and I'm so excited to release it soon.
Well, you can use something that I always say, and you probably heard me say it earlier, peel back your skin, because all this the race issues and whatever, I mean, do we really, I personally don't care. I grew up not caring. I know people do. But if you just peel it back, I don't know the color you are, and you don't know the color I am, right? I mean, if we can all try to do that, you know, blindfold ourselves and just try to do that moving forward, because I know that we're in a critical time right now. And we have to I also think we need to stop a little bit and wait and see what's going to happen. You know, politically, so many people are in such a panic, and they're projecting of what could happen. And I just say, let's just wait and see what's going to happen. Otherwise, you know, you're going to project something that may not be, that may not be happening.
Right. Well, I think it's very important to not necessarily be colorblind, because I think it's beautiful that we're all different, whether it comes to race, gender, sexuality, but to kind of just accept each other's differences. And that's one of the things that we've kind of been working with the African Millennium Foundation.
That's a good point. Not to be colorblind,
Exactly.
but what I meant by that was not to judge because of that. It's a great thing to be different and to just embrace ourselves for that. You know?
Exactly. And then it's like with, AMF, we're working with, 2 girls from Tanzania.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So how did you get involved with AMF? What is it? You can describe it better than I can. And the ladies that you've helped through AMF.
So the African Millennium Foundation is a nonprofit that benefits and empowers women and children in Africa. So we've worked in different countries. I got involved because I was covering the Human Rights Watch Film Festival in New York.
Which is interesting because we had a show on a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about the heart of Nuba, which is in Africa and all the atrocities that are going on there. And I think the filmmaker, you met him, Ken Carlson. So it's interesting how all this is crossing
into
over.
each other.
And it needs to be highlighted. It really does.
Right. So I met the founder of the organization there, and that was about 6 years ago. And we've been working with them since. And so we started out working, right now we're building a sustainable village in Mozambique that's going to...
Do you have any pictures of some of the work that they've done?
That's that's us in Mozambique. We went about 2 years ago was the last time we went, and it was amazing. So all of these children are at a center called Reencontro, and they're all orphaned by AIDS. So right now AIDS is a huge problem in Mozambique. About 1.6 million people are infected with AIDS right now.
Do they have any of the viral medicines that have become so useful that we have in our country? Are we able to get them over there? So
they do. They do. The government does give medication to people who actually infected with HIV or HIV positive. That's what they do.
And they know how they are contracting.
Well, that's
HIV.
That's the thing. Education is really key, and that's something that we're really trying to put more of an emphasis on. A lot of people know how it's spread, but don't necessarily take the precautions to protect themselves. And there are also certain beliefs that are going around in Mozambique and in other countries. For example, if you're a man who has HIV or AIDS and you basically sleep with a virgin, that will cure you of your AIDS.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I mean, they say that, but they're like, come on.
But you're still going against those type
Culture.
of beliefs. So it's cultural beliefs. So this is really, the emphasis is really on education.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very difficult. And I guess the condoms, so what about condom use? Are they using condoms? Are they not? I have a friend who went to work over there, and they were handing out the condoms, and they weren't being used. They weren't even being used.
Well,
at
this
all.
is the reason why education is so important, because without education, you can't, people won't be using the condoms. They won't know the need of using the condoms. So education is really, really the key.
Germaine, where are you from?
Well, I'm from France via Senegal. My parents are originally from Senegal. So I grew up, born and raised in France.
Because this type of give back doesn't just happen. I mean, this is obviously something that's in your family.
Right.
You must have been doing charity work and give back work with your own family.
Definitely.
Well, I grew up seeing my parents giving back and helping at their level, a little bit here.
Any level.
Right.
Exactly.
Any
level, it's good. And I always, I grew up seeing them helping people from various religion and various ethnicity. So it's something that was always in me.
And for me, it's very personal too, because I have my own kind of story and things that I've dealt with.
Such as? We like personal stories.
Okay.
They matter.
So I'm adopted, and my biological mother is my mom's sister, and she was on drugs when she was, pregnant. And I am very, very fortunate enough to have, even survived that and have been born without any, health issues. I'm very blessed and fortunate, and so because she couldn't take care of me because of the drug use, my mom and my dad fought to, have custody of me. And so for 10 years, I had no idea I was adopted.
And that your aunt was your biological mom.
And it's funny because, so she wasn't in my life. She kind of just disappeared shortly after I was born. And it's funny because my dad is white, and growing up, I didn't think my dad's white and I'm so dark-skinned. I never thought I was adopted. And so my parents sat me down at age 10. They were like, we have something to tell you. And it's funny because I'd always had this I'd always had this fascination with adoption and helping out other children before I knew. So immediately I said to my parents, I was like, oh, you're adopting a child. And my dad goes,
well, sorta.
My dad goes, we already have. And I was like, where are they? When are they coming? My dad's like, she's right here.
Okay, what did you do? You're like, what?
I cried.
Wow.
I didn't know how to. I cried at first. It was confusing. But
I would imagine.
But then I was so happy afterwards because I kind of took it as like, okay, well, I now have a story that I can tell people. And I was so excited. I went back to school the day after everything. Like I was legally adopted and told everyone. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm adopted. And everyone was like, what? No way.
And a funny story about it is once we got when we got a new birth certificate, I went to a school, and the secretary said to me, "What are you doing here, Mrs. Zimet?" I say, "Oh, I'm bringing Kennedy's new birth certificate." And she said to me, "We never asked you for one." I said, "No, this is a new one. She's legally adopted." And she said, "She is?" And I'm looking at her thinking,
wow.
"Don't you see me and my husband? It never dawned on you?" And she said, "No." And every single person in our friends, I found a friend 10, 15 years later on Facebook. So we called each other and we were talking, and she said to me, "That's amazing. I saw Kennedy posting something about adoption. I never knew she was adopted."
Well, I have to say, I wouldn't think so. Would you? I wouldn't think so either because A, your skin tone is very similar. B, I personally think you look alike. I really, really do. And I don't know. So Dad's
husband.
white.
Well,
I know, but I
right.
would just think, okay, so you got her skin color. That's it. You don't have to be like a
Well,
mixed color.
I think even beyond that, and this is what I tell people all the time, and I'm also, an advocate for adoption, and I always tell people there really is no difference. I didn't grow in my mom's stomach, but I grew in her heart in a sense.
Yeah.
And the love that she has towards me is the same love that anyone has towards, a child that they birthed themselves. There really is no difference.
Oh, absolutely.
But suffice it to say, I feel like I have been, helped in a sense. My life would be radically different.
Oh, there's no doubt,
yeah,
especially if you stayed with your biological mom and she continued the drug use.
Right.
Which
And so, I mean, I've been helped, so I feel like I have to kind of, continue and pay it forward as well.
Pay it forward.
And then the funny thing is, a couple years ago, I get a message on Facebook from this girl, and she's like, "Hey, I think I'm your sister." Yeah. And so we connected, and so we
the
found
biological sister.
I have
Same dad?
No. So I have a half sister, and then she was actually with my biological mom. So along with her, we found my biological mom. And it's interesting, though, because she found me because I was on a viral web series at the time.
Are you, oh, wow, cool. So are you in touch with mom, biological mom now?
She's
And-
living in France with our family now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so is my sister.
It's all come full circle.
Right.
That's wonderful. So a little more about the African Millennium, though, because the two girls in particular that you helped who clearly would have faced death, and they are albino girls, right? And
Bien 19D.
Yes. And do we have pictures of them? They're
Yes.
so beautiful.
'Cause that was us on Thanksgiving. We spent Thanksgiving together. So
And by helping them, what is the issue there with the albino people? They are considered what they are slaughtered or
right. In Tanzania, people who are people with albinism are hunted for their body parts because people believe that their body parts will bring them wealth or good luck. So at the age of 10, the oldest sister, her right leg Bibiana, her right leg was cut off and 2 fingers and sold to a witch doctor. And so we found out about their story, brought them to the U.S., got her a new prosthetic leg. And then a few months into this, we realized, like, they don't want to go back, and we don't blame them. We can't send them back. So they originally came in on a medical visa, and then AMF worked with USC with their Gold School of Law. And so, but they basically took on their case as a case study and was able to get them granted asylum. So they're now...
So where are they living, and who are they living with?
They have a host family in Ojai that they're living with, and they're going to school up there. And then on weekends, they come back down, and they're usually either with the founder or with us. We see them a lot still, and they're having the time of their lives.
And albino people, children, whatever, there's a large concentration of them, isn't that correct?
In Tanzania.
Why do you think that is? I've been to Tanzania a number of times, and I personally didn't even run into any albino people, but I know that there's a concentration of them. What is it?
They don't know for sure yet, but they believe, so most of the people with albinism in Tanzania are by the lake region, and they believe it is because people in that region don't migrate, 1 in 19 people in Tanzania carry the gene, and so both parents have to carry the gene in order for it to be.
I see.
Exactly. So
I see. So what's moving forward? What's the latest? What are you hoping to accomplish with the African Millennium Foundation? What's next?
well, right now we are continuing to raise funds for the girls' education, for their education, for their their life here in the U.S. They want to go to college, and so hopefully that's happening in the next few years. And then I'm also raising funds for the sustainable village that we're building. We plan on going back in the next few months to Mozambique, and I'm actually launching a campaign.
I would really love to hear more about that because if I could, and it's after the marathon,
Right.
I'd love to join you and do something like that.
We'd love that.
I
We'd
really,
love that.
really mean that. Okay,
We'd love
because
that.
That would be very inspiring to me to find out what you're doing and see how I can help. I think that would be a
Definitely.
really cool thing.
Definitely.
So, but by going there, you're raising money for the village, it's in a place for the girls to be educated, or tell me
So children who have been orphaned by AIDS, basically it's a place for them to, they have a community basically free of stigma, and it's a place for them to be educated. There's going to be eventually housing for them. The first thing we're building is, I believe, a library.
The library.
And library, school. We're building a soccer field. So it's going to be basically a community that's, run by these children, and it's for these children and their surrounding community.
And women there.
And women.
Because we believe that giving power to women will change the world.
And then we'll have vocational training
Oh,
outside
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who run the world.
Sorry, but it's true. I sometimes get irritated at my husband because we talk about politics a lot in my household, and I'm like, it's all you guys. You're doing the wars and all that stuff, and then I have to stop because he's like, Deborah. But in a way, it's true.
You're
We
not
need
wrong.
to. I know, but we need to empower women more. Because in these countries and nations, and it's going to take time, I understand that. But the work you ladies are doing is terrific.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you for doing that, and I
Can
hope
we
it
give-
And then-
inspires
oh, yeah.
other people. So let's give the website. Let's give anything else you need to give.
Right.
before
So
we go.
1amf.org is our website.
That's the number one.
number one.
Number one.
And then we're on-
AMF.org. Okay.
And then we're all over social media, also at 1AMF. And then on my social media, I have links to where you can donate to AMF. So my social media is at Kennedy Zimet, spelling of my name.
Okay, and
And,
that's that would be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and everything. What
everything.
else? Anything else?
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Those are the big guys,
Those
right?
are the big
now.
ones, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
No, I was just saying this is season of greeting, and don't forget to donate.
Don't forget to donate. We've got a lot of things that are going to be happening this month. We've got a new president coming in.
Yay.
We got to wait and see what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of changes in the world. So, do your little part. Get out there, donate, go run or walk the marathon. And thank you also for
Or
being
try.
here. Or try to do it. With your help, I'm going to do it,
You're
you
gonna
guys.
do it.
Because I'm telling you,
You're
there's a
gonna
part
kill
of me
it.
that's saying, I'll get to 15. And I don't want to do that. I want to just say I'm going to do it.
I'm going to drag you across the finish
You
line.
can drag my ass across the finish line. They're
You
gonna
have
be like,
cheerleaders here.
"Oh, wait a minute, where's Deborah?" It's like, wait, what? So she's back there at the station, but you'll
I'll
make
come
sure I get there.
I'll come get you.
Okay, everybody, thanks again for being here for another fun edition of What's Up with Kobylt and Friends. See you next time.